So welcome everybody to our logistics and manufacturing employer panel as part of our 2021 virtual career industry day. My name is Greg Friedman. Luis Sobrevilla is with me. He's there. He and I are co-hosting this today, and we are very excited to have. Let me get. We have Alma Vega from Hilmar. No, you're not Alma. I'm going to let you introduce yourselves. Cody, you can introduce yourself first. You're on mute still.
You probably
asked to unmute. There you go. You can leave yourself unmuted now, Cody.
Perfect. I'm Cody Stevens. I am the Tours and Communication Specialist. I'm taking over for Alma today because we actually are having a job fair on site today so people can walk in. So she's busy prepping for that. So I do actually help hire for the visitor center staff as well. So I will be able to talk about some of those opportunities for you as well. Once you graduate and are attending college, you can work in the visitor center.
Perfect. Thank you, Cody.
And from Sholi.
Hi, everyone. My name is Amali Jai Singha, and I'm the plant manager here at the Sholi IPM plant in Merced. I'm participating today because I would like everyone to know more about what manufacturing has to offer, what our company does, and then what kind of jobs we have. Our HR team primarily screens candidates and hires, but I would like to give an overview of manufacturing at Sholi IPN today.
Awesome. Well, with that, we're going to jump right into the questions here. So our very first question, tell us about the logistics and some of the top skills or experiences needed within your company. And you two, just so you know, feel free to jump in. If you have a different answer, give the different. If not, you literally say ditto what they said. And that's an acceptable answer here. So who'd like to start us off?
So I can go first. Skills and experiences needed for Sholi IPN. We have a lot of entry-level positions. So someone with a high school diploma can find a perfect fit here. We have a very well-established training program. So just the skills that you learn from high school are good to start off with. We have a lot of different positions here at the plant, everything from an entry-level operations position to warehousing, logistics. We have continuous improvement. We have quality control jobs. We have roles in HR, maintenance. Maintenance is a big field where we're always looking for good candidates. As well as, process engineers. For those types of roles, of course, we do need an engineering degree. But for those of you with a high school diploma, there's plenty of opportunity at Sholi IPN.
Awesome.
Yes, so as far as having a high school diploma, you do have to have that to work here as well at Hilmar Cheese. We do require for our plant jobs to have 1 year of work experience somewhere else to prove that you've worked somewhere before you can work in any of our plant jobs. For our visitor center, though, once you are a high school graduate, you can come and apply if you're 18 years or older, and you can work in our visitor center. We have a couple of different roles. So there's tour guide, so you can give tours to our tours to our school groups that come in, our bus groups that come in. We have our visitor center staff that's helping out with soup, salad, sandwiches, and then the coffee counter. We have a catering department, and then we also have janitorial. So there's a lot of different opportunities just in the visitor center, and we do work with college schedules. So while you are, if you are interested in going to college, you can work here, or if you are interested about just getting some experience in your foot in the door at Hilmar Cheese, once you work for Hilmar Cheese for a year, then you're able to transfer. If you can apply to any other job within the company. So we have had a lot of students do that as well. And then just kind of to mirror what was said before, we do have different plant type jobs as well as maintenance and other if you look on our website, you can see all of the specific descriptions of what is needed. And we would suggest when you are applying, catering your resume to the position that you are applying for. And so have multiple versions of your resume, and that will help you stand out.
Awesome. So remind you, yeah, I think it's in the chat. If you have questions and you'd like to ask our panel today, we'd love to hear them, but you can direct message Louis Sorbavia or Janice Rogie. That way we make sure that everything is appropriate. Luis?
Yeah. So question number 2. So discuss some of the different positions your company offers. So just kind of in general, I know for me, if you look at a particular industry, I'll give the example because it happened to me with like highway patrol. You think of one certain thing, and then I start looking more into it. It's like, oh my goodness, I didn't realize there were so many different roles within that industry or within that group. So what are some different positions that are at Hilmar Cheese or at Sholey that you would like students to understand?
Can I add real fast? You both sort of kind of half answered that, but maybe say what you guys do. Like, what does Sholey do? And is Hilmar Cheese? Are you just cheese? So maybe kind of tell us so we know more about your company as well.
Okay, so Sholey IPN is a flexible packaging company. So to break that down, if you go to McDonald's and drink a fountain drink, the concentrate that comes that probably comes in one of our bags. If your parents drink boxed wine, the bladder inside the box probably comes from us. So we're used in a lot of different industries. We're everywhere. We McDonald's smoothies, for instance, those come in our flexible packages as well. And those are just products that are made at the Merced facility. Go-Go squeeze pouches are made in a sister plant. We make packaging for water, the tomato processing industry. We're pretty much everywhere, but most people don't know what we do because our name is not what's on the package. It's someone else's brand, or it's behind the scenes, like in the fountain drink machines. But we are a manufacturing plant, and we are what we call vertically integrated, in that we make everything that we use here on site. Well, I should say 99% of what we make, we use on site. We do blown film extrusion. We have these giant towers that blow plastic film that is made into plastic packaging. And then we also do injection molding. Those are the fitments, the little taps on the end of the package that allows you to take out the product. And then we use both the film and the injection molded parts in bag making machines, and we make different sizes of bags. We make everything from a 1.5 liter bag all the way to a 300-gallon bag that's used in the tomato industry. So we have a lot of different positions. We have roles in the extrusion department. We have packaging, so employees who take the product off the machines and pack them into the bins. We have technician roles. That's a bit more mechanically oriented role, where people work their way up into a technician role, where they do the machine setups, basically changing a machine from one size bag to another. We have quality inspector roles. Those are the folks who test the bags to make sure that they are the highest quality to send to our customers. We have warehouse roles. Those are the folks who drive the forklifts, take product from the machines to the warehouse and load up trucks or bring materials to each of the machines. And then we have the support staff. We have continuous improvement. So if anyone knows anything about Kaizen or Lean, those are the continuous improvement departments, HR, supply chain, and then we have a safety department because safety is very, very important to our plant. So we put a lot of focus on making sure that we have safe work conditions so none of our employees get hurt. So safety is a department on its own. And then we have the engineering folks who actually, design machines and build those machines. So a lot of different positions. Typically, someone who starts out with us starts out on a machine as a packer and then works their way up into the technician or different roles. We also give people the opportunity to apply for different positions once they've been in a role for 6 months or longer. So there's lots of room for growth and lots of room to try out different roles within our plant.
Awesome. Cody, you can't say the same. Yeah, I know your answer is different.
There's a little bit of crossover in job types, but yes, we are different at Hillmar Cheese. So we make cheese, as the name says, but we also do more than that. So we get milk from dairy farmers that get shipped to us. So we do have milk testers who will test the milk, make sure that the milk is doesn't have any antibiotics, and test the temperature. And then we do have employees who help unload the milk, and they move pipelines to do that. And then once we do get the milk, milk is 87% water. So the water will then get recycled and we will use it in the plant. And then we have a water reclamation facility, and the water reclamation facility department, they will it's a 4-stage process, and that all of the water goes through, and then we can use it in the plant for non-food purposes, for our waterfall and our landscaping, and then we also irrigate crops with the water. And then what's else is in milk are curds and whey, and so curds are what we use to make the cheese. And so we do have cheese makers, obviously, who are making the cheese, and we have cheese makers who are packaging the cheese as well. And then we do 640-pound blocks of cheese, as well as 40-pound blocks of cheese. The 640-pound blocks are on wheels, so you don't have to be able to lift up 640 pounds. We do have the cheeses that will then go over to our cold storage warehouse facility, where it will wait until about 14 days. And in our cold storage warehouse, we do have forklift drivers and just our employees who are loading the cheeses onto the trucks, as well as we have what we are similar with is you won't see Hillmar cheese anywhere in the store. We are a wholesaler, so we sell the 640 pounds and the 40-pound blocks to our customers. They're then the ones who are going to slice it, dice it, shred it, cube it, however you see it on the supermarket shelves or in the grocery store, or in a restaurant. So we do have those different applications as well. We do have a lab that tests the cheese to make sure that the cheese is where it needs to be as well. And then we do have a microbiology lab as well that does test the cleanliness of our plant. And so they go around and they're just swabbing everything and taking samples. And then we get the curds from the cheese, and we also get whey. And from the whey, we make protein and lactose powders. And with our protein and lactose powders, we have dryers that will then, we have operators that help with those dryers, and it makes those protein powders that we sell in bags. And then 90% of our lactose is actually shipped overseas. And so then we do have employees who are working with trying to figure out the transportation of all of that. And then we also have, with the protein and lactose powders, we do have an innovation center where we have food scientists who work with our customers and find creative ways to use whey, protein, and lactose with the current products that they have. So they get to have fun in the kitchen and make different types of recipes for our customers. And then we also have human resources department, information technology, all of the people who help, hire people, who help our computers keep running, our phones running. We have a sales department who works to get our customers and to in a supply chain department as well. So we do have a lot of different things that we do here at Hillmar Cheese. We're not just cheese. So there are a lot of different opportunities that are available.
Awesome. Wide range of fields, Luis, for sure.
Yes.
So what is an example of a career ladder working for your company? None of us want to stay at that bottom of the bottom of the ladder forever. So how can we move up, and how does that look for you guys?
Hey, really quick, Greg, I was going to see if Dole 2021, if that was our Dole representative, if we can check really quick. If we can get a thumbs up, and then maybe we can definitely, perfect. We'll make sure that we let you in here.
Thank you, Luis.
Go ahead, Greg, if you want to continue.
Okay, all right. So you do a quick introduction for Dole, or no?
Yeah,
Sure,
no, definitely.
problem.
Why don't we do that?
Yeah, no problem. My name is Vasco Raposo. I'm the Director of Human Resources here at Dole Packaging and in Atwater. Just I won't take a lot of time, and I apologize for being late, but we are, we're Dole Packaging. Dole is a world-renowned brand that's been around for over 100 years. Here at Atwater, what we specifically do is we're two businesses in one. We have the fresh fruit processing, and then we have the frozen fruit processing. What I mean by frozen fruit, if you buy frozen strawberries, frozen blueberries, frozen pineapple, so you can put in your smoothies in the morning, that's us. That's what we do here. We take the fresh fruit. We get fruit from literally all over the world, and then mix and match in different sizes and varieties, and then you get your smoothie in the morning, whatever else that you choose to do with that. We also have the fresh fruit side, primarily for us. When we say fresh fruit, it is peaches, apricots, and strawberries. We get strawberries from not only the United States, but also out of Mexico, and then peaches throughout the state of California that we then process here either into a frozen cup, frozen bag, or into fruit cups that you see in the store here. And then a lot of it we do ship throughout the rest of the world. As far as jobs that are available, again, some of the similar things that I've heard from the other two representatives earlier. We have anything from manufacturing positions to maintenance and engineering to logistics to quality assurance. Our sales and marketing are not here. They're out of our corporate office in Southern California, but those exist as well. If whether it be, again, in Southern California, whether we have other two facilities that we have a facility in Georgia, and we have a facility in Michigan, and then we also have facilities throughout the rest of the world that are part of the Dole family. That kind of piggybacks into this question number 3 as far as career ladder, but I'll let my colleagues go first.
Welcome.
Thank you, sir, for being here.
Yeah.
No problem. Thank you.
All right. So what's an example of that career ladder working for your company? That's the question we're at. Anybody that's joining, we have our 3 representatives from Hilmar Cheese, Sholey, and Dole. So we're on question number 3 in regards to career ladder.
Okay, well, I'll go first. Career ladder at Sholey IPN. The size of our plant and with the different types of roles, it really is what you make of it. We have several employees here who've started out as temporary associates because we used to hire temps before those employees became full-time. But folks who've started off as temporary associates and then worked their way all the way up to department managers. So how does that look? It really is up to the individual. If someone comes in and shows a willingness to learn and a willingness to try different roles, when openings come up and they apply for it, we go through an interview process for each different role. They can, progress through the plant. For instance, I'll talk about someone we promoted last year. She came to Sholey IPN as a temporary associate, worked on the production floor as a packer, as an operator, technician, wanted to try the administrative assistant role for that department, then became a team lead, so oversaw a shift, became a shift supervisor, and did that for a few years, and now is a department manager, production manager, overseeing lots of different machines and millions of bags. So a very high responsibility job. We also have employees who come in, again, start as a machine operator, put in for team lead roles in production, in warehouse, and then work their way into a supervisor role. So there's plenty of opportunity. And that's what I like to tell people we hire. I see, Sholey IPN as not just a job. You can truly make a career in this plant, but again, it is up to you. If you want to learn as much as you can and try different things, there is plenty of opportunity.
Yeah, and to piggyback off of that, it's the same here at Hill Marchie. So we do have some people who are very content in their jobs, and they are great at their jobs, and they don't want to become a supervisor or anything like that, and that is perfectly okay. But there are definite ways to climb the ladder. So say starting at the lower level jobs, and then yes, showing that you are taking on more responsibility, showing interest. We do offer some trainings and things as well, like leadership growth, and so showing interest in those types of classes, or just working, transferring to other departments to learn other parts of the plant, just so you can become more well-rounded, and then becoming a supervisor, manager. All of those things are definitely possible. We do have some employees who are supervisors and managers who have been with the company for a very long time, that have started from the bottom and worked their way to the top. And those leaders are definitely, from climbing the ladder, definitely seem to be very respected with our employees, because they know exactly how to work all of the machines and have been in those jobs before. So there's definitely an opportunity, if you do start at the bottom, to grow within the company.
Yeah, same here. I think we follow the same logic. Opportunities are what people make of them as they come on board. You got to for new folks coming out, you got to show that initiative and the desire to want to learn. And those individuals are the ones that are going to be successful, whether it be at Hill Marchie's or Sholey or anywhere else. Yeah, same thing applies here. You come in, most of our jobs, you come in at the entry level, which is our what we call a handler, a fruit handler. But then the opportunities are all, we try to promote from within as much as possible for advancement. So the opportunities are always given to our internal candidates first, to then move into those more advanced roles, be what they are. And again, to be completely transparent, there are some roles that will require further education, whether they be degrees, 4-year degrees or whatnot. Those are there for folks as well. But again, everything is with the intent of internal advancement as much as possible. We also know, and I'm sure my other two colleagues are in the same boat, we understand we're in very unique industries where the skill sets may not also always be available outside. So we know we're going to have to train internally for those advancement opportunities in some cases. So we do what I would say a pretty good job of training in advance, getting those folks the skill sets that they need. And so everything that we do, when again, and then the advancement opportunities, be they in Atwater, California, be they in McDonough, Georgia, or be they in Thailand, or pick a country that we have facilities in. So the advancement for Dole is really what you decide to make of it and which direction you want to go. And we and if you start out as a product handler and you want to get into quality, we will show the direction of what you would need to do, whether it be this is where you would start, maybe at a floor level quality person, and then they gain those skill sets, and then just to try to clarify the path as much as we can for individual roles. That's what we try to do at Dole.
Are you all hiring right now? Are
Yes.
you looking for staff?
Yes, we are.
Yes.
We're having our job fair today.
Alrighty.
So question number 4, what are some of the incentives in working with your company?
So some of the incentives in working with Hill Marchie's, obviously we do have a competitive benefits package. So we do have a 401k match as well. So that helps you with your retirement. And even though you're thinking I'm 18 years old, I don't care about that. I mean, you're definitely going to want to have that money later on. So it's better to start now. Some other incentives, you do get a 20% discount on cheese and everything inside our visitor center as well. So if you did want to have lunch with your family or anything like that, or if you wanted to have lunch while you were working, that is one of our incentives of giving a 20% discount as well. And then we do have a flu shot clinic, so you can get a flu shot every year through Hillmar Cheese, and you don't have to leave. And then we do also have just some, we obviously give out like Christmas presents and appreciation gifts throughout the year as well, and have like we just recently had food trucks come as a thank you to just for our employees. So we know that this last year especially has been really hard, and so we are trying, especially now, to give more incentives to work with us and to just thank our employees and show them that they're appreciated.
That's awesome.
I mean, similar at Dole, we obviously, I think our benefit package is very competitive when it compares. But and I will just my sales pitch. Yeah, you may be 18 years old, but save on that 401k because it goes a long way when you get to my age. Trust me, it goes up very fast. But some of the other incentives, we do flu shots annually. We're actually today the reason I was late, I was actually getting our COVID vaccine clinic getting ready. So we're doing a COVID vaccine clinic today, and this is our third one to try to get our folks vaccinated if they so choose. We also add during our season, we do attendance incentives. So if you come in every day, you get an extra, I think it's an extra $1.50 an hour if you come to work every day. So you can make a few extra dollars just by showing up, what you should be doing anyway, right? We do an employee sale of our product 3-4 times a year. And we also do giveaways as well throughout the year of product as well. A couple of reasons for that, and in complete transparency, our employees should be our best marketers. And so if we know what we have and we're proud of what we make, we should be able to sell our stuff out there. So, and then we do the typical stuff that everybody do, the swag stuff, t-shirts, hats and that kind of stuff that I think, again, it's all pride. I call it free marketing is what I call that of our workforce. So I think that's about it for us right now.
So at Surely IPN, we have, just like the other two companies, a very competitive wage and benefit package that all employees get once they get hired on. But along with that, we try to make work fun. So we have different employee engagement programs throughout the year. We just had something called the 100 Days of Summer. This summer was very, very busy for us. The 100 Days of Summer program was where our employees, all the overtime that they worked over the 100 days of summer, they got a percentage back as a bonus. So not only did people make overtime, but they also got an additional incentive on top of that. We also bring in the taco truck. We have cookouts. We do all kinds of luncheons in recognition of different milestones that we achieve. Every June, well, this was before the pandemic, we had Family Safety Day, because again, safety is very important in a manufacturing plant. So to recognize the importance of safety, we would shut the plant down and invite all the employees' kids to come on site. And then we'd have, the fire truck, the ambulance, all the local folks who'd come out and talk about different safety, water safety, as well as food and bounce houses, to make it really fun. And then we have employee recognition programs. So employees get to nominate their coworkers for going above and beyond. And that's a really great program that people enjoy, nominating their peers. And then I think about that. We do a lot of things throughout the year. We're just getting ready for a Halloween event. Again, we can't do anything in person, but we definitely want to make it fun for the kids. So we're putting together goodie bags and a coloring contest. So not only do we try to make work fun for our employees, we also try to, make work fun for the employees' kids.
Nice. 3 great companies to work for right here locally. Is this me? Yeah.
Go for it.
Okay. So we have a bunch of high school students with us now, over 50 at the moment. What can a high school student be doing right now to help prepare themselves so they can be a standout working for your company? What are you looking for in employees?
I'll jump on that, I guess. I go out there and I think one of the biggest things that I see, and I think that young folks, students today can work on is the importance of being available for work. Absenteeism is a big issue for us, and I would say I see nodding heads everywhere else. I think being available is key, and being on time. So those are the things that those habits that we learn at the level of the audience today, both good and bad, get carried on to the workplace later. I have a friend that's a high school teacher, and I always tell him, your problem students are going to be my problem employees, because those habits get carried forward. And so I think I would assume there's teachers on the call as well. Those are the skills that I think need to be taught. One of the skills to be taught is be available, be on time, and be ready.
Yes, definitely mirroring that as well. Obviously being on time, being ready to work, and also being inquisitive. So asking questions. We don't want you to just say, yeah, okay. And then again, safety is also important at Hillmar Cheese. And if you're not asking questions, or if you're just assuming that you know how to do a job, and you're too embarrassed to ask the question, you could really get seriously hurt or hurt your coworkers. So being able to ask questions is something that's going to help you. It definitely will help you to also just communicate. So being able to talk to, I know that it's been really hard, especially with so much being virtual, but being able to communicate alongside of your coworkers and being able to not be scared to talk to them is going to be helpful, because once again, communication is important with safety, and you want to be able to be open and communicate so you can keep yourself safe and your coworkers.
So echoing what was said about by my colleague from Dole, showing up for work is so important, and showing up to work on time, and being present, wanting to work, and being available to work is so important these days. We're really struggling. We hire a lot of folks to come and work, and sometimes people just don't want to work. So as a high school student, again, looking at Shoaley IPN, it's not just a job, but a career. I think, coming in with that mindset of knowing that this is a good place to start a job, a career, and then give it your all. And openness to learning is very important. Yeah, I think that's, I think all of the above.
All right. Sounds good. Luke, do you have any questions? Anyone submitted anything yet?
Not yet. I haven't seen anything.
Okay.
Yeah, no, thank you. So this one's a good one. So what is a misconception about working in your industry? Sometimes there's those perceptions, or somebody makes an assumption like, oh, it's just that. But what are some of the misconceptions that you hear that are completely different?
Misconception about Dole, at least it's manufacturing, it's a line work, it's dirty, it's hot, it's all those things. And although some of those are all not necessarily inaccurate, we're more than that. We have, as we said earlier, is about opportunities. There's folks that work for us that never see the line at all. We have a lot of other positions that don't work on a production line, and whether it be sales and marketing, or R&D, or logistics, or all those other things. So I think that's the misconception for us, is that it's that production plant over there, and that's not what I want to do for a living. And although that is part of what we do, I'm not going to try to sugarcoat that is not all we do. We are, as an organization, want to get into our products and health and wellness. So there's a lot of opportunities, and a lot of more than just a production plant.
So I think one of the things that we hear, or we get asked, is it fun? People who are starting off with no idea of what manufacturing is about think that, again, it's hard work. It's hot, it's dirty. And again, it is not, you don't get to sit at a desk behind a computer all day. But I think, there's a lot of opportunity as well. And yeah, it does get hot, but there's a lot of automation as well. And we're constantly looking at how to improve our working conditions. So I think, there's a lot more automation than people know inside current manufacturing plants. And then as far as, just drew a blank. As far as the heat and then the cleanliness of the plant, I would say that our plant is probably one of the cleanest plants I've been in because, we maintain it, we keep it very clean. So just because it's manufacturing doesn't mean that it's always going to be, a dirty or a wet environment. There are plants that are highly automated and very clean. And then again, if there's a role that you're doing right now that you want to try something else, there's always that opportunity as well.
Yeah, I gotta say that was my conception about Dole. For manufacturing, I think it's lines. And the old days, I know Luis, you said your family used to work and now it's all automated, right? So it's
A lot more automation than, and again, I'm sure, coming from the dairy industry, I'm very familiar with Hillmar cheese, and I know they're much more automated than we are. But I think that's the other thing about transfer. Piggybacking on here, that is going to be more, and we are going to see more and more technology in our workforce, in our workplaces, more automation. So, going back to the other question, what get those skills that are available to you today to prepare you for those opportunities that are coming down the road, because what we manually do today down the road is probably going to be done by a piece of equipment, and someone has to repair or maintain that piece of equipment. And those are the future skills down the road. Not even down the road, they're here today. They're going to be more and more as we continue to go down that road.
awesome. We have a question about that. So you lead there. So transferable skills. This is a two-part question here. If people are unaware, students are unaware, the transferable skills are those non-quantifiable ones. So they're like communication, empathy, teamwork, collaboration type things. So what kind of transferable skills could I'm missing, sorry. Could you bring from another industry that I could use with your company? So what kind of transferable skills are you looking for? And then the second part of that question is, what can we learn? What skills can we learn from you that if I change careers later on, that I can transfer over to my next career? That's a pondering one.
Yeah, so I'll just go off of our core values that we go off of. So teamwork is one of our core values. And, obviously being in high school, if you are a part of any sports team or part of any club or extracurricular activity, even if you think like, well, I don't do any of that. If you're in a group project, those are places that you can learn teamwork, and you can bring that teamwork spirit over here with you. And those are also things that you can bring up while you're in an interview. So that you do have teamwork, and give some examples of being on a team, because we definitely do all need to rely on each other, and integrity. So we want to make sure that things are being done right. So also, if what you do when nobody's watching. So, if your supervisor is not right behind you, are you going to be cutting corners? Cutting corners will result in safety issues, and safety is very important. So we want to make sure that you're doing what you say and saying what you do, and having integrity. Also excellence. So just striving to be the best that you can be, and always asking questions, asking to grow, asking to learn, and just always being ready to improve. So improvement is also one of our core values. And then I know I'm forgetting one. Oh, and then we just have relationships. So just building relationships with your coworkers, building relationships with your supervisors, and just people who aren't even necessarily in your same plant or area, to just help. Also, if you do have friends at work, it does make work a lot more enjoyable. So building those relationship skills are also important. And then Well, I guess there's a second part. What transferable skills will I learn from your industry that I can use in changing careers? So, just building upon like those ones that I said, you would just build upon all of those as well. And then learning the value of hard work, showing up on time, those type of things as well.
Awesome. Anybody have anything to add? If not, we're running low on time, so I was going to jump to one of our last questions.
It went by pretty quick. So I know we only did these for about 45 minutes and we had different questions that we had because we weren't sure of the flow of things. So we'll probably go to Greg. Did you want to go? Because I know we want to honor everybody's time. We do not have at this moment. I know we had some things with our chat, but I didn't see any in the chat, Greg.
Okay. Yeah, we're 10:45. All right. So if you have one final bit of advice for our participants today, what would it be?
Be open to change, be flexible. And again, piggyback on something Cody said, teamwork, interrelationships, skills. Those are the things that you can take with you anywhere and be successful.
Agreed. Can't automate that, right?
Not yet.
Yes.
So I actually just got a question real fast. What about a 17-year-old that have completed their high school credits? Do they have to be 18 to work for you?
So at the moment at Shoaley IPN, you do have to be 18 to work for us.
Same here.
And same at Hillmar Cheese.
Okay. Even in your hospitality
and that's primarily for the safety aspect of things.
In the visitor center, we have hired someone who's 17, like that will be quickly turning 18. So the visitor center is the only place within Hillmar Cheese that is a potential.
Right.
Any other final advice here? Anyone else? Luis, you want to plug Career Industry Day? And
Oh, go for it. You're doing awesome.
okay. So yeah, so if you're here, thank you. You all have the link. We do have Career Entry Day interactive catalog. It has over it has a bunch of stuff on career exploration. It will link to the other 4 books. We have one on all the local local colleges and post-secondary and trade programs, as well as the 90 videos for different professions of people throughout mostly the Central Valley, but across the United States. It's available anytime, so it's not just today. All the links, all the videos are there. The videos are like 10 minutes long. Really great stuff for more career exploration.
And I know some of these names might be a little off, but we would like to thank our guests today from Dole and Hillmar Cheese and Shoaley. We appreciate all your time, your effort, and not only that, the knowledge, the information. There's only so much that Greg and I, or instructors, can say. We're in the classroom. We love to talk to you to get that real life experience, but being able to do like an actual employer panel to hear directly from our employers, this way our students are like, oh yeah, maybe some of the things they're teaching us are accurate. So it's great to kind of have that feedback and the information that you provided today. So we want to thank you, Greg and I, Janice, for our Career Industry Day done through Merced County Office of Ed. We appreciate your time, and I think we're good to wrap up. Greg, any last things?
With that, thank you all for coming.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
So much. Have a good one. Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.